Alrighty. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let me go to StreamYard. No, not. Never mind. I am on StreamYard. What's up? All right. Anything I forget to go? What's up, Groove? Papina. So yeah, Native Americans apparently calling us dogs. So I'm trying to get this goddamn app to work. Like, why do I keep running into this problem? Integrations, other service, join community. What is? What's up? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this code. Like, I don't know, Firespace, like these goddamn unknown, these unknown codes, man. How do I fix this shit? Trying to see. What's up?
Yes.
What's up, Jada? Yeah, I'm trying to hold on. This requested module still not fixed. Like, what good is what AI does both you? Search AI channel. All right. All right, cool. But yeah, somebody sent me some videos of Native Americans calling us dogs. No, I mean it's only on TikTok. Solid Kiki, who has me blocked. Uh, but yeah, they just talking calling us dogs and all types of weird shit, degrading us on talking shit on a live stream. So let's get the likes up. Like who do they think they are? Who do they
Right.
think they are?
But somebody needs to humble them. But I got some information to share with you whenever you get a chance.
All right. So I've been coding this app, so I'll also let you know. I will let you know. It's still not working. Like, dude, come on. Like, can this app just load? Said they're taking me to court. What? Nah, these folks are irrelevant, man. Like, they feel proud of themselves. This is the racism I'm talking. This is why I'm making my own app. This is the racism I'm talking about. Did their live get flagged? Hell no. I'm sure they didn't. Did their lives get flagged? Hell no. I'm pretty sure they're still able to go live and all types of shit. What's up, CR?
Whoa, what's on, everybody? Yeah, man, it was crazy, bro. Cause like, dude popped off in my live I had earlier when he said that shit. I had to kick him off the stage because I'm like, oh, hell no, we ain't about to tolerate this shit. But they over there in they little huddles talking about who they gonna sue and how we don't have no understanding of who we are, trying to say we still in their history. But you over here using derogatory slurs towards us, and we ain't even talking about y'all. Like that's the crazy thing about it. It was a few people that came in there and brought up the Native Americans, or they came in and interjected themselves in the conversation and didn't even stay on topic. But yeah, dude got to talk crazy, like, yeah, y'all some dogs and all this. Man, look here, you get the fuck off my stage. And that, man, I don't know what's up with these people and being able to say the things that they're saying to us, but we posting facts and history and we getting all these strikes and restrictions. You dig? And
Yeah,
they reporting our lives and stuff and getting us kicked out of our lives, causing, you know what I'm saying, technical errors on our end and shit like that. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I'm glad you doing the work you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to have our own to actually be able to get this history off, because we see as people that don't want us to have this message get out there.
right.
And ironically enough, let me draw a correlation. You know, these people are they descend from people from Asia. This app is ran by the Asians, so it only makes sense why they could say what the hell they want. And when we get to talking some truth, then we getting restrictions and violation notices, and they doing all kind of things to keep our voices from being heard. But they could say whatever on their lives, come in our lives, disrupt them, and all kind of craziness, bro. So keep doing the work you're doing, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I was about to say I got it developed. I got the prototype. I just gotta figure out how to deploy it, like so people can test it out. But Art sent me
If
some.
I could be a beta tester.
Yeah, I got you. I said Art sent me something else, so I can another module I could decode it so I can have it decentralized and stuff like that. And this shit,
And
I don't know, this
real
shit
quick,
buggy as hell. Go ahead.
you know Vader on Twitter?
Yeah, I know Vader.
He does programming too. He was working on an app, you know what I'm saying, with having the independent servers
You're
and stuff
right.
like that. I let him, because him and Art, he was working on the app, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of, he wasn't getting the crowdfunding he was looking for to be able to commit the time to completing it.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, with you doing the work yourself, you know what I'm saying, you could get with him to be like, well, let me know what I need to do as far as getting my own private servers or what have you, or even if I gotta go through a network that you already got established, you know what I'm saying? What's the ticket? You did.
Yeah, for sure. I hit Vader up, dude. Oh man, but yeah, Chris was telling me, and he sent me the videos of them talking shit. So I was like, man, these people crazy. And they want to sue us, but luckily we got evidence of them being hateful, dehumanizing people. Like, you think you gonna get something done dehumanizing folk? I'll send that shit straight to the BIA. Like, these are the people
because I need that. I need to go back through my live and clip that so I could, I'm gonna get that to you too. Because shit, we need to build a file on these people.
That's a damn lie. No, it's not. I got the video evidence, Manny. I got
live. So come on, man.
Like, I got the video. I like somebody sent it right to me. I could play the shit. Like, I ain't got to lie for nothing.
Probably got a clip from the live he went to after.
Yeah, that exactly. And they on live. Yeah. I think he sent me the other one too. I think maybe he clipped it. Like, I ain't got a lot of y'all. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing that will benefit me to lie on natives.
Niggas.
Man. So you remember I was telling you about that lawsuit, right?
You said what?
The lawsuit that Obama signed in 2009.
With the
Corbell.
Yeah.
Okay. So the lawsuit was around 3.4, but it was like 11 point something billion, right? Now it's supposed to be for individual Indian heirs, land and trust and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So while I pull up, they say they got left 34 million to be claimed by heirs to the land by the 30th of June.
Who was FBA? And don't nobody claim FBA up there.
You heard me?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I was adjusting the comment. The world gone racial on itself. You said they ain't racial. Obviously, what the fuck does that mean?
What is they talking about? That don't even make sense. They're just here for a distraction.
What does that mean? He's FBA. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Brown and black unity. What you doing for brown and black unity? Why don't you put black in front of brown when it came to the unity part, huh? Are you brown or are you black? If you black and you put brown first, then I already know what you are. If you're black and you put brown before black, then I already know what you are. Shit crazy. Yeah, these folks is crazy, man.
They just doing their job.
Yeah, exactly. They are. And yeah, these platforms are helping them do their job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy though. And then it's so crazy that all of these people who was claiming that money
Uh-huh.
ain't had shit to do with them.
Right. Dan Calloway already has the Dwabo back. Why don't y'all go talk to Dan Calloway? Since y'all want to talk to him so bad. Like comment on his YouTube, Instagram, or something like that. His Twitter. You on TV on Twitter. Like, why don't y'all just go talk to Dan Calloway instead of trying to use proximity? You know?
That's how you know that this person, if they just, bro, they get paid. Look how many followers and people he following. Like, nobody knows him here.
Right.
What up?
Yeah, we got Lemon Man on the stage.
You damn right.
Mm-hmm.
You damn right. Like,
That's
what's
good.
up? What you got to add to the topic?
Nothing really. I just sort of have a question for you.
What?
I was in a live yesterday, and this African American guy said that all
Mm-hmm.
African Americans were descended from Native Americans. So I was just wondering, like, if that's like what that is.
Who said they descended from Native Americans?
This African
Did he
American
say
guy who's
did he
hosting a
did he
live
say
yesterday.
did he say Native American or did he say Indian?
Native Americans.
What's his name?
I don't know. He blocked me. It was like Mississippi Tom or something like that.
Mississippi Tom. Did he say Native American? Or did he say Indian or Indian?
He said indigenous.
He didn't say Native American then. So why you lying to me?
Well, what is indigenous Americans if not Native Americans? Aren't they the
Native?
same?
No. Can you show me where Native Americans are on any treaty?
Huh?
Can you show me where Native American is on any treaty?
What are you fucking talking about, dude?
You know what a treaty is, right?
Yeah, like the Treaty of Versailles, or like what are we doing?
Basically, to be labeled as a Native American is a political identity. So obviously, he don't get it.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you show me anybody called Native American that wasn't YT before 1840?
Kill yourself.
And then get off my stage. Yeah, you had
That's
a
what they
fucking
want
brain
to
fart.
do.
Yeah, you had a brain fart. I wonder if he's gonna get his clip for saying that TikTok, huh? He told me to off myself during Men's Mental Health Month, right? Make sure, yeah, during Men's Mental Health Month, he told another man to off himself. You proud of that
Bite.
TikTok? Say that again. What'd you say, CR?
Appreciate the sound bite. Make sure you clip that.
Right.
They fingerprint that they leaving on the internet doesn't have any repercussions to it. Nah, we putting cases on all you motherfuckers.
Oh God, yeah.
Gonna be in damn what prison they got open. You gonna be playing basketball in Venezuela by the time I'm you ain't even gonna send them to Pelican Bay. They going to one of these foreign countries.
Wow, he had a whole he glitched. I was about to say he fucking glitched. You notice he glitched after the first question? They had a malfunction. He started glitching on here.
Yeah, it didn't pan out the way he wanted it to.
But yeah, I hope you're proud of that TikTok. I wonder if he's gonna get his live privileges taken for saying that to me. Is he gonna get any
No.
restrictions, TikTok?
Mm-mm.
Are you listening, ByteDance? I ain't instigate nothing. I just asked him some questions.
I remember at one point in time on Twitter, I had told somebody to go play and you know what, and start playing with me, and got restricted and got a 24-hour restriction on Twitter for telling somebody that. But he could come in here and tell you to unalive yourself and they ain't gonna have no repercussions. They gotta be bullshitting us on here on all of these social media platforms that we get these restrictions and shadow bans on. Like everybody can come and disrespect us, but the shoe never fits when it's on the other foot. You know what I'm saying? and we keep getting all these restrictions and strikes against us.
Right. Right. Yeah. Did he leave or did he like he left right after he said that? Uh-huh. Right. He could just leave willy nilly after saying that goofy ass shit to me. Yeah. Oh man, but I wish I could show y'all the app, updated app, basically, because it's laid out better on this new site I'm on. But I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's my seed banking website too.
Who is Hard? We got Hardy. What's going on, Hardy?
Was good, yeah.
What's up? What brings you up here?
The prompt.
Yeah, Native Americans called Black Americans dogs earlier. So what happened to your green screen? What do you mean? It's still right. I don't think I
Yeah.
changed my screen at all.
So do you think this is a majority or a small percentage of Native Americans saying this?
I mean, the ones on TikTok said it, so obviously a small minority said it.
So you want to like just generalize and then say a prompt like this where you
Native
just
Americans call Black Americans dogs, obviously, to get people in here.
so some
So they
people,
can talk. So why are you more mad about the title than them actually calling us dogs? Let's start there.
I don't think them calling you dogs is correct, but that doesn't.
No. Why are you more upset the title than them actually call me a dog? Well, they ain't call me a dog. They call my homies dogs.
Because you're making a generalization.
Nah,
Man,
he's not making a generalization. It
He
happened
just
in
said
my live.
he
For
said
one,
himself a small
not
minority.
saying that all of y'all said, but it was a shared sentiment because he went to one of y'all lives and repeated it. So he clearly feels like that, and others agree with him.
yeah. You want me to tell you? I can put a name on who allowed that shit to happen. Are you cool with Solid Kiki Hardy? No, he left. Oh, he must be cool with her.
Wow.
Guilty by association. That must be one of her homies. She ain't got the courage to come to my live because she got me blocked. Y'all,
It was crazy how full circle this conversation is because it happened in my life earlier, and now that we were shining more light on it, they think you're making it up, not knowing that the victim and the witnesses are still sitting on the same stage. Like, you can't make this up.
this shit crazy, dude. Like, whoa, maybe y'all say that's my dog misinterpreted. No, ain't misinterpreted nothing. I heard it with my own ears. I just ain't played the clip yet. I heard it with my own ears. I saw who was in there. Yeah, it sounded like, whoa, wow. Yeah, I can put a name on the live they was in. I got video. I got video of it. What's up, Indian J? Yeah, they heard them call folks dogs. Kiki ain't say it, but she enabled that shit. She ain't check them for saying it. Huh? Find that out. She ain't check them. She ain't check them for saying that at all. Like, hey, don't call them dogs. No, because she feels the same way they do. You can't convince me otherwise that she don't. Dude, come on. All right, can this thing get fixed already? Ouch. Right. Ain't nobody. Yeah, people need to hear this shit. Folks, this is how folks really feel about us on the internet. They don't dislike us because we lying or anything. They don't dislike us because we supposedly lying. They just racist and colorist. That's who they are. And guess what? It don't be nothing happening to them on these platforms. So that's why I'm taking things into my own hands when it comes to I'm prejudiced, so it's cool. But I'm taking things into my own hands by creating my own social media app. So I don't have to deal with this shit. It's cool. Ain't no complaining. I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna ask TikTok, is this what they like? This what you enjoy, TikTok? This the content that you like? This is the people you like on your app? You ain't gonna hear me complaining, nothing. The last time I got frustrated and complained on TikTok, guess what? I decided to make an app then and there. I decided to make an app the next goddamn day. It wasn't even 24 hours later. You see? You see? Hold on. Maybe I can figure this shit out on my own, honestly. Maybe I can figure this shit out. Wherever it says date. Anywhere there's a there says date. All right, hold on. Maybe I can code this shit in myself. Right wing. God, that's a long ass handle. I'm not gonna lie, that's a long ass handle. Updates. Check. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Replace date. Place code that has date with calendar. All right, cool. I figured out what the hell is going on. When is my app opening? I'll have it. I plan to have a beta up soon, probably by I don't know if things go well. Weather's gonna go on crazy, y'all. Do you say hell yeah? We gotta stay more than safe. I say I don't know if I can say, it, but gotta stay something else as well. We gotta stay safe and the opposite of safe. You gotta stay safe and the opposite of safe out here. What's up, Michael? Dane is not our leader or chief. What is wrong with him? I don't know. I don't know. What's up? All right, right wing, you up here? What you got?
Oh, I just wanted to learn, is there some new beef going on between the Native Americans and the black people?
No, it ain't no beef. There's just Native Americans decided to call two people on the panel here dogs. So,
So they were being racist, huh?
uh-huh. And I'm trying to figure out is this something that TikTok should allow?
No, I don't think we should allow Native Americans on TikTok.
Huh?
You said, is this something TikTok should allow? Like,
Yeah, allow them to call what? They can not call people dogs, not to what? Wait.
I'm gonna have to drop myself. I don't want to get a ban for that. But
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. See, this would again, TikTok, this is what you like, TikTok. This is the type of users you like. Because I ain't saying nothing about Native Americans shouldn't be on TikTok at all. They shouldn't just they shouldn't be allowed to say call people dogs on here. Degrade them in that way. Has been fixed. The issues that date is not a all right, so all right, let's see. Uh what was I on? Bolt. Yeah. Let me go to Bolt again. Uh, who else? Anybody on TikTok is one-sided? Yes, it is. Yep. That ain't take me long to figure that out. It didn't take me long to figure that out at all. Nope. They're gonna side with the YT. Oh, the YT. They're gonna side with the YT before anybody, of course. What's up? They get to get away with anything. This ain't no different than Twitter with what they allow. This ain't no different than Twitter than what they allow on here. You know, people have called me the hard R and were able to just come back to the live stream after. Oh, you got a bot to detect everything else, right? You only got a bot to detect it automatically detect somebody that's saying the hard R. They can't make it with American X sound, but you can't drop knives or you get shadow banned. With the American X sound, right? What's up, Venus? Not you came through with that face, not the silly face. Came through with the silly face because these natives and bump their heads, silly asses. You still got a code. Silly asses. What's up, brother? Yeah, man, this shit is crazy. Real. What's up, cat girl? Thank you for the follow. What's up, sister? Oh man, this shit crazy, man. I'm trying to fix this goddamn bug, yo. Like this thing will not load. Like I'm trying, like, dude, replace it. Calendar, like replace these things with count. There we go. Do I have a date in here? Date. It's still saying, dude, get rid of it. Calendar. It's all right, it's gone. All right, cool, it's gone. What's up, East Texas Black? East Texas Black. What's up? Date. Manifested by using the force. I'm gonna force something.
We
I'm gonna force my foot up somebody's ass if this don't work.
So you remember I told you that Pan Africans be hiring people to be content moderators?
They do. Mm,
Moroccans do too.
wow. And the app still won't load, dude. I'm glad I got a prototype that's already finished, my guys, because this shit is killing. This is about to be. This AI needs to be updated. I'm not gonna lie. Without any incorrect, replace date with calendar for all codes. You already did that. Oh my gosh. In chatbot AI. What's up? Anybody else? Anybody can come on the stage. This is an open panel. Yeah. What's up, Mariah? Chat date, appointments, articles, clan, classes, search, AI update. AI suggestions 3. All right, now go back. Apps, updates, chat box, appointments. Oh my gosh.
And so let's see.
I'm really gotta do my bad. I'm really gonna have to do this for every component of the goddamn app.
Hmm.
My bad. Yo, I want to check. The topic has been very interesting to watch unfold. I decided to look in my own heritage and yeah. Oh, shout out to you. Where you from, cat girl? AI suggestions. I probably didn't wasted an hour of my life doing this. California. So you got family from Texas, Oklahoma, and I see, right? Family from deep south. What's up, Ryan? Ryan? What's up, Ryan? Family from the deep south, Alabama, Mississippi. Yes. She said, "How'd you know?" I just be knowing sometimes, yo. What's up, grandson? Plans. Oh man, who else? Who else joined? Who else in here? Of course, place. All right, what else? Replace AI suggestions. Uh, appointments. Uh, all right. What do I have on Firebase? Let me look at what I have on Firebase. Uh, 'Cause this, yeah, like I said before, it's up and running. I just like the user interface better. I like the user interface better on both. Not gonna lie, but everything's up on Firebase. At least that shit works, right? Can I add a tag? Oh, you can't. I don't have. God damn it! I don't have. I don't have. Make powwow user interface. I look like Clubhouse. Looks similar to Clubhouse.
This app weird. Like, why I'm on my laptop trying to get back to my highlights from my lives, and I can't access them on my laptop.
Mm,
But when I was on my phone, when it first popped up and it showed you the initial ones from that live that you just previously had,
uh,
I was able to back out from there, and it had all of the highlights from all of my previous lives. But
right.
I can't access that page again, trying to get back to it so I could go back to some older lives and clip some things that was said too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. This shit weird because the laptop interface ain't the same of how it is on the app. Even when you go to the notifications, you can't click on them on the laptop like how you can on the phone and go into that notification.
Right. It only saves 30 days. Okay. Sistar said it only saves 30 days. Man, are any names gonna come here to defend themselves? No. No, we're not gonna come to Darvin's lives. He doesn't like real name to speak. All right. Should I put date or code? Clock, calendar. Nope, still can't. Still hasn't fixed this shit. What's up, Sapphire? Like Clubhouse. All right, let's see. View details. What's up, Luna? What's up, Luna? And you say in? So you're cool with that, Fireheart? Come up here. You're cool with that? So you cool with people being dehumanized? That's what you like on TikTok? She said, what's up? What's up, yeah?
You want to know what's even crazier?
Yep,
I
yeah.
live the other day, and they had this Arabian chick that was calling us slaves,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a Black American chick who said what her genealogy was. Excuse me. And she was defending the chick, and pretty much everybody that was in that live, especially
up here and
those
get
that was
muted.
of the lens, was pointing out the fact that everybody that was coming up was speaking in defense of her because they felt like she was being attacked because two of the two women that was addressing her, I ain't gonna lie, they was letting her have it, but at the same time, she on the same stage calling them slaves and descendant of slaves and stuff like that. So she was being disrespectful too,
Right.
which garnered that reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that came up was like, "Oh, if y'all would spoke better, maybe she wouldn't have disrespected y'all." She led with that. What you mean, be respectful?
Right.
And this the craziness that people still want us to be, to have, you know what I'm saying, to be the moral high ground in the middle of people disrespecting us, and they come in and still continue to disrespect by not even wanting to acknowledge the previous disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So this is the battle we've been dealing with this whole time.
Facts.
Was this the space with the girl who's from East Africa?
I think you was in there too. They had well, I don't want to say the sisters' names that was in there, but it was like 2-3 of them, and they was all going at her for the shit she was saying. It was like 2 versus 3. You know what I'm saying? And the sisters was hitting them with facts. And it was a spin-off space from that live too. You know what I'm saying? That kicked off some more shit, but it was just man, I'm telling you, bro, these people be talking so crazy about us on this app, but we can't even get out information.
Right.
Not even talking about nobody else but us. But that's how crazy and how biased this is.
Yeah, exactly. Did you want?
And that's the crazy thing, like for these Native Americans, like in the space me and Auntie Yaya had earlier with CR and the family and other visitors who came, like we're not even claiming these tribes that is in the plains.
Right.
The Hopi, the Navajo. I haven't know one Black American or melanated person say, yeah, I'm Hopi or I'm Native American. Or not Native American, I'm Hopi or I'm Navajo.
Right.
And they get in these spaces, and the one who want to call us dogs, I asked them, so are you claiming that your people were part of Yamasee? No. I'm whatever tribe he said he is. Because these are the tribes we're talking about. You're talking about the Yamasee. You're talking about the Catawbas, the Lumbees, the Pamunkey tribes. And you don't even claim ancestry to the mounds in the southeast
Mm-hmm. Right.
or along the Mississippi. So why come in there with that hostility when we're talking about two different things?
Right. Not dart. I said darting, dude. Like, what the hell is darting? Right, that shit crazy. That's why I made that video, yo. Like, I gotta revert back to why I made certain videos. I made that video because, like, how the fuck does does a nigga that how does me being Paladin stop you from being Apache and Navajo, like, and Lakota and all these other shits? How does that stop you from being who you are? See, because I don't go around telling them who they are, bro. I don't go around telling them shit. I don't really talk to them like that.
I mean, and for you to actually say, oh, well, you know, Hopis and this tribe, they actually came from Mexico. So why are you claiming land in America and what is considered the United States if y'all
Right.
Mexico?
Because California used to be Mexico and Texas.
And Mexico never used to be called Mexico. It was under rulership of Spain, and it was called, I got it in my phone, I took a screenshot of it, but it was called like Yola Vosta something. But it didn't become Mexico until 1821, 1825.
Mm-hmm.
And jumped the border jumped us.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Hopi is in New Mexico. Come up here, M Silva. You agree with natives calling us Dugs? Oh, you say, oh, you follow me, so you must have some sense if you follow me. You must have some sense. Unless you follow me just to troll me and keep tabs on me.
Hopi is in New Mexico, but they came from Mexico.
No, I'm just native. No, you're just native. All right. What tribe? What tribe? What's up, John John? Did that shit ever update? Do powwows. Join powwow. We have a reservation out here still. Pueblo. That shit did not update, yo. What the hell? All right, bro. I just wanted this shit to work. Hopefully, I coded everything for it to goddamn work. My goodness. Live stream, updates, profile. I don't have anything. It takes so long to develop a wall, at least for what I got coming. It's gonna take long to code out some shit. Oh man. We have resume. Okay. Aaliyah. What's up, Hawkeyes? Am I still shadow banned on TikTok? Somebody left. We got 100 people on StreamYard. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on Twitter and on the internet. Yeah, Conscious Lee versus the FBA yesterday. What's up, Water? Now you got,
They got ran down by Conscious Lee, huh?
yeah, I saw that shit. I actually wanted to see the
Everybody's
debate.
starting to see what we experienced a few years ago.
Nah, I missed it. What happened?
So folks was this is how it started. Folks was mad that Conscious Lee said the mass deportation was gonna affect us. Affect African Americans, he said. So they were calling him out and stuff on that. So he decided to pop out on Twitter, calling folks out to debate. And then he had a live stream on Twitter. And then he had third. I stopped listening after Third Coast said he likes being called because Conscious, hold on, KJ. He said Conscious Lee said that FBA is YT nationalism and blackface. And then Third Coast gonna say, oh, I prefer Triple K in blackface. I was like, let me cut this shit off. I was like, all right, Joe. That's enough. That's enough shit for me. That's enough of that live stream. So yeah, and then there's some back and forth on Twitter. There's some back and forth on Twitter because I was actually reviewing it on live yesterday. I was reviewing it and I was like, did he just say what I think he just said? I know he just did not say what I think he just said. And they were like, yeah. I was like, all right, it's time to cut this shit off. It's time to cut that shit off, man. And Conscious Lee wasn't talking about nothing either. So that was just a yap fest. Wasn't nothing being said at all. Wasn't not a thing being said. That shit crazy. Get the likes up, y'all. Tweaking this app. Yeah, I'm tweaking this app. Tweaking the app for the people. I paid $20 for this shit. It seems like your project is too big. Like, nigga, I'm starting a revolution. Oh snap, who all in here? Hey, what's up, Esther? But yeah, they called us Native Americans calling folks dogs. What else been going on? Hello, what's up, Solani? What's up, Solani? Speaking of Solani, I got hit from Maroc back up. Wavy, what's up, Wavy? Live stream. Them Dogs. Sad that I missed that one. Oh, you missed the live stream yesterday? I mean, I wasn't on that long. I think I was only on for like an hour. It's about that time. What mod? You ain't a mod in here? Oh. Do I have any mod? CR's, I don't know where CR is. He's probably somewhere.
I just got back to my phone. Somebody need to get kicked?
I don't know. I don't know what Groove. I don't know. Groove asked for a mod or something. If any mods in here, it's about that time. And let's get up to 10,000 likes, y'all. See if the natives come through here. The natives probably had a meeting. Like, oh, nobody can go to Darville Cyrus's lives no more. What you laughing at? Oh, Discord mods. Oh, right. Cash App. You are. Well, come up here, Cash App. Why y'all come up here? Why y'all be coming in here with no live privileges, yo? Why y'all coming here with no live privileges, talking shit? That be more of them thugs.
Profile 5 minutes ago, but up in here talking crazy to people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yo, there we fucking go, dude. I fixed the shit. Thank goodness. There we. You know how much time I fucking wasted tweaking with this shit, dude? When I could have just did that. My goodness, yeah. But yeah, this is what it's looking like.
Rome wasn't built in one day. Shit, take your time. I'm about to get Buddy up out of here.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. This is what the updated prototype looking like. Now, I don't even remember. I don't even remember what I'm adding functionality to. Yeah, this is what the updated stuff looks like. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, my clans. All right, preview. All right, get up out to here. But yeah, this is what the updated thing look like. This stuff look tough. I done wasted some codes too. Whatever. Open preview in a separate tab. There we go. Connect to project. There we go. All right, cool. All right, so let me see. Yeah, we got this. Muted cash at 1810 hate classify Haitians as black. He was listening to that Miss Nebraska video. You listen to that Miss Nebraska video. 18, like who the hell? 17, they weren't even know they actually classified as all over free. You want to be technical. You want to be technical. Like, yeah, you speaking in my territory now. Like, I'm from the 13 colonies. I already know what's up with the 1790
I tell you,
census.
one of the discoveries I made in my lineage, huh?
No, what you found?
With my 11th grandparents on my daddy's side, it was a case that my grandmother filed against the grandfather that gave inspiration to the Puritan Society that Nathaniel Hawthorne's Scarlet Letter. It was the inspiration for that.
Oh wow.
Hey, fuck me up.
Yeah. I add functionality to log in. Sign up. School year.
I'm gonna
All
do
right.
some more digging on that surname because the surname is Manning, and we already know some famous Mannings already.
Right.
I'm gonna
Hold
see
on.
if it is a connection.
Shit. Well, I have a her maiden name was actually Williams. She ended up marrying in Manning. One of my great grandmas from St. Mary's, Maryland. She ended up marrying a Manning
I'll send you what I found, and I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter.
for sure. Yeah, and they end up moving to Jersey. They end up moving to Jersey. Oh. Here, here, what is going on? What's up, Tyron? I hit your sister up. Did you tell her? What's good? I didn't know. I hit you up on here. I hit you up on here. I'll let you know on here. I DM'd you. I know that was your sister, Tyron. Yeah. All right, we got marketplace, tutorial, soundboard. Live streams look cool. Oh yeah, the live streams table look cool. Discover users. Mm, uh, connected product. All right. What's up? We got Donna. What's up, Donna? Hi. Maya dating.
Cancel.
Hey, how you doing?
No.
Huh? Hello? There you go, Tyron. Uh, she must not want to go.
All right. Well, my sister says she'll get back with you at the end of the week when she saw your message.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we'll get things rolling and see what comes out of it. Well, we are legit. We're not about for play and stuff like that. So that's our integrity.
What's up, Elise? Oh yeah, I was about to say I'm damn near done coding every goddamn thing, honestly. I just need to deploy it.
For real, you done coding it?
Damn near. Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
said I got two prototypes. I got one on Firespace, but I'm uploading, I'm coding it on this decentralized one studio. So
So she could probably make it look like more professional and inviting, like an actual TikTok or YouTube or Facebook.
I was like, sure. I like how this thing's set up, but I'll let her see it. I'll let her see it. Like I'm almost done coding that shit.
Well, I didn't even know because I was over here trying to debunk some of these trolls on this platform. Man, these guys are hella annoying and dumb, for real. Like,
Yeah,
they don't like looking at receipts. They always try and cherry pick and say, "Oh, that's a YT man's source," and y'all are afraid of taking a DNA test, even though I took it. I put the DNA, my own DNA kit into ChatGPT to explain to me how their algorithm works and why they hide indigenous like genetics like that, because it put me with the with most Black Americans, if you want to get to the nit and the grit of the thing, is you need to look at the quote unquote African diaspora thing that they give you, because that other stuff is irrelevant. Well, I wouldn't say irrelevant. Well, it's just ancestors that can't quantify you of being a chattel slave or a quote unquote Mongol style Native American in the traditional sense with the Y or the mtDNA, because that ain't got nothing to do with our 8 generations of relatives. And so with that African diaspora thing, they're classifying all these indigenous ethnic groups from the Southeast and the Eastern woodlands as African, and they don't class them as American Indian because you got NAGPRA and the BIA and blood quantums that prevents us from doing any deep dives and genealogical extractions up out of the dirt from their ancestors' bones. And a shocking thing that I just saw today on my algorithm on my laptop, MSN, the MSN website gave me a link to Fox News, and it was talking about like this scientist that was in Cape Hatteras in North Carolina, where they were uncovering what happened to the settlers with Virginia Dare and all them that set up shop in that area, Croatoan. and they said that they found evidence that the English didn't disappear out of nowhere. They just mixed into these indigenous tribes that were there, and that they were talking about how these people had green eyes and blue eyes and Eurocentric features, and talked of oral histories about Sir Walter Raleigh and stuff like that. But they can't even explain what happened to the Black Americans of those ethnic groups within the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, and anywhere else like Virginia or New York and stuff. So it's a real deceiving methodology that these people use with these companies. And what I got out of ChatGPT, it pointed me to like the Cherokee, it pointed me to Yamasee, all these different ethnic groups from the Carolinas. And it really helped out with me finding out my surnames, where they're at. Because a lot of people know about the Guion Miller rolls or the Henderson rolls.
Yeah,
They all
Guion Miller.
calls.
Right. Yeah, Guion Miller and Henderson Road.
So I found Browns, Teagues, Westmorelands, Rapers, or whatnot. All these surnames from my family. It's they said it's right there on the Guion Miller rolls.
Hey,
That's good.
how were you able to put your ancestry DNA in ChatGPT?
So I screenshotted my results and I put it in the engine, and they read it, and I asked it, whatever happened to like my American Indianness in these tests, because they don't have any like samples for American Indianness, and it broke it down to me. I put it in my own page when I was debating this white YT woman that was questioning my lineage. I can give you the link to it though.
Yes, sir. Please.
Just follow my page.
Yep, I'm following.
Ayangala.
I don't think the AI is working against us. It's just that it forms itself on how you put.
Oh, you come up here, hey, pretending. Hold on one second.
Algorithm
Come up here
on here.
pretending news. Yeah, you come up here pretending news. What you using my music for? Yeah, don't slide in my live stream like I wasn't gonna catch your ass. Fuck you using my mood. Hold on one second. What you using my music for? Trying to make Wabo videos. Yeah, I bet you do like them songs, huh? I bet you do like them songs, huh? Uh-huh. Using my videos, cropping my videos out to spin your own narrative on my fucking videos, dude. That's how, like, bro, most isn't a bit. Yeah, get you like your scary ass. Why aren't you gonna come talk to me, huh? You like putting me in your fucking videos? Come talk to me. You've been reported to the they ain't come knocking at my door yet, bitch. How about that? Why the fuck they ain't at my door, nigga? You've been reported to the BIA. Yeah, I'm gonna report your goofy asses to the BIA. Fuck y'all calling Black Americans dogs for, huh? Why your folks calling us dogs? Yeah, y'all talk all this shit. Y'all fucking racist. Y'all are fucking racist. Y'all talk all this bullshit. Y'all want to clip us in y'all stupid ass videos. Quote, claim y'all reporting us to the BIA. Y'all ain't on shit. Y'all doing anything for some fucking views on here. Y'all doing any and everything for some fucking views on here because y'all ain't got your own creativity. Y'all ain't got no creativity. Y'all ain't got their time is coming. Yeah, I ain't want to go off like that. Like I'm not even going off really. But we got losers coming in here. He gone. Yeah, that person gone. Never mind. Are they still in here? Yeah, y'all lame as hell. Lame. Y'all real lame. Yeah, y'all real lame. And ain't nobody in real life calling y'all lame enough. But you can go ahead, Ayangala.
I have a quick question for you guys. Are you
Yeah,
guys?
what's up?
How are you guys doing?
All right, I'm all right. Where you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah, where you from?
Right in America with you.
Where you from? Where you from for real? What's your ethnicity?
My ethnicity, a
Yeah.
beautiful African queen. That's
All right,
what I am.
what you got? Like, what you want?
What I wanted to ask you was, are you telling me you are the native of the America?
Yes, you
I can hear
came.
the Somali in her accent.
Hold on, yeah, I can like really. You came up here to ask that? Like, no, you shouldn't even be a part of this conversation.
You are pretending, and so I wanted to expose
See,
you.
yeah, you want to expose me now? Get your goofy ass off my stage. How about that? You ain't exposed nothing. Like, yeah, this what this adversary. Yeah,
5 packs of Newport today.
How can I tell her phenotype just by her voice alone?
I mean they do sound. Yeah, they got unique voices, specific voices that how they sound. Dutch, they do. I could tell. Like, that's how I know some people be Ethiopian. Like, you Ethiopian, ain't you?
I can
You
see
know,
her accent on her. It's full of dust, bro.
your frustration is funny enough. I'm not even frustrated, really. I just had to get that bullshit off. But that was some bullshit. Like, why are you using my shit? Like, y'all lame as hell. Y'all using my video, y'all using my music, using my videos. That particular page, they're using my videos, using my music and shit. And you report me to the BIA, like to paint narratives. Like, get your own content, get your own creativity.
And what's weird is that these people want to fight you, but then scared when you rebut them with an algorithm, AI algorithm. Make it make
But,
sense.
man, yeah, they don't never want to come up here. Lame as hell. They probably blocked me.
I know Gullah Maroon, his ass ran.
Yeah, they had to have blocked me because they turned their ads right off. I requested them up, like, oh, they can't come up right now. TikTok talking about, oh, they can't come up. Yeah, y'all lame as hell. Y'all, you've been reported to the BIA. Like, what the fuck they gonna do? Where they at? They ain't come knocking at my door, so I ain't getting no email, I ain't getting no text. Like, hey, the BIA, we looking for you. Like, I ain't getting no mail, I ain't getting no text message, I ain't getting no email.
And on top of that, that's not how they operate.
Pay.
Mm-hmm.
So break bread around this motherfucker since y'all want to keep tribes out of y'all civilized quote unquote situation y'all got going on with these casinos and all of this other little situations that y'all even complain about because y'all feel like y'all ain't getting an adequate amount, but we over here coming to the realization on some shit and y'all got a problem with it and y'all folks wasn't even in the areas that we talking about. So
Like,
they trying to change history in real time.
Facts. Like, tell the BIA hit my phone. Like, you feel me? Tell them hit my phone. I got some shit to say.
Exactly.
Like, you're reporting me to all shit. Let them know I want to call. Like, tell them call me.
We could do lunch around this motherfucker.
I don't think they have time to entertain these internet goofies trying to spread anti-black hate. They got more concerns with like illegal Hispanics coming up here and bringing up, the narcotics and all that, the trafficking stuff like that, and dealing with Trump and serious matters in us talking about our own history and genealogy, which they don't want to be confronted about because reparations are due. It's due.
Tyron. Oh, sorry. Hey, Tyron.
What?
You mentioned that you put your stuff into ChatGPT. Did you put your raw DNA in there, or you took a picture of the
autosomal test that they give every user?
Yeah, but did you put the raw
put
DNA, or did you put the picture of what they gave you?
I put the whole scientific data that was in there that broke down what groups that they use in testing these algorithms, such as they classify indigenous American genetics as South America. Hold on, brother. They classify how they do it with pertaining Indianness is not groups that pertain to slavery. With dealing with Black American genealogy, they're collecting genetics from South American, Central American, and Alaska natives as the standard of Indianness. They don't have any samples on mainland North American tribes that were involved with the transatlantic slave trade, with those Black Paleo-Indian skulls that they're finding, or the
It's all right. Hold on,
plains
hold on.
and Southwest tribes that were mixed in with Black.
I got that part. I got that part. I know all that. What I'm telling you is, if you take your raw DNA, you can actually get it tested against specific SNPs that they're considering to be either Native American, African, or whatever. So if you do it that way, you can also find other connections from that way.
Gotcha.
And then you don't even have to put it in ChatGPT. You can actually do a code to actually have it search your DNA before specific SNPs that you
Are
know
you
for
talking
sure
about
is.
haplogroups?
No, I'm not talking about haplogroup. I'm talking
Okay.
about the SNPs and the alleles that go with those SNPs that are considered to be in certain regions.
So I'm still teaching myself about this DNA thing because many of these Pan-Africans beg us to take them. So I obliged them and experimented with 2 companies, which was the Ancestry and 23andMe. So what you're talking about, I don't know too well about it, but I know the basics of it.
All right, let me show you real quick. Hold on.
Oh man, you can ask ChatGPT for genetic markers. What's up, Lineage?
Yeah, you can.
Mind your business. That's yeah, somebody. Oh, you got the fresh bit, Tyron? The
Yep.
bitbulator? You got the
Yep.
night bitbulator?
Yes, sir.
The bitbula do? The bitbula with the manipula? Or
Yep.
tocula? Well, yeah, go inside. Yeah, you can show that.
All right, so this is what I'm talking about. So your raw DNA, you can actually search for specific alleles or for well, okay, you can search for specific SNPs, which is these numbers right here, right? And then with those SNPs come with a match up with alleles that supposedly quote unquote seen in other ethnic groups or test panels with those same changes and stuff within the alleles, right? So like you can see, like I was searching for a specific allele and I was looking for, a specific SNP, and I'll try to match it with another one that has the same allele. The same allele. So you can do this either manually or you can do it using like a Python script, which, hold on. All right, so I did it with a Python script where I gave it a certain, let's see where it is today. There we go. So I gave it certain parameters to look for within that code. And from there, it spit out like a printout of what it did find or what it didn't find. And I'm looking for more SNPs for specific groups so that I can actually test my own brother's stuff to get these same results.
You said if we build, I was about to say, if we build everything by Africa, that should tell you where we not from, right?
So like oddly enough, so like I did find like some very older. Okay, so I did 2 ways. So I did SNPs for specific haplogroups. So like I tried all the quote unquote Native American haplogroups. So that's from, I think it was A, B, C, D, and I think X. I can't remember. And I tried to use all of those S&Ps and see if it was found in my brother's DNA. Some of them were found. I think there's only like C was found. But then to get the specific C that you're looking for, you might have to go to, you might have to actually ask it specifically to search all of those S&Ps and see if they match up or not. And then vice versa, there were certain things that quote unquote Native Americans are supposed to have that they've tested with like older DNA and stuff. But you have to get the reference panels and the and all those S&Ps that they were finding in those people. You have to actually get that from the reference panel. So there's like the 100 Genome Project, and I think there's like 2 or 3 other ones. But if you can get all of them together, you can actually get them and put them into like a Python script, so you can search your raw DNA CSV file for everything basically. Now, if you put it in ChatGPT, you can put it I think you have to get the paid version though, but you can put the full raw data into ChatGPT, and you can ask it to look for a specific like if you match up with certain ethnic groups, or if you don't match up with certain ethnic groups. But you can only get so far with that one, and you can ask it to specifically look for ones that they've like certain reference panels. So like but you can only get the one that's public. The one that the Native Americans have, you actually have to go directly to them to ask for specific S&Ps that they have for their people. And that's if they tested in the first place.
What's up,
Hey, grandson,
grandson?
am I saying that right? Because I know you've done more research on this than I have.
Yeah, but it's 8 specific S&Ps that the quote unquote Native Americans carry. But if you want to compare your S&Ps to them, if you think your ancestors were them. Me personally, I know that the oldest skeletons in America were never extracted, especially the ones in Virginia and shit, never extracted.
Do you have a list of those that you do have already?
I have to go grab them. I know one of them is the D-Rug metabolism, and the other one is the SLC2485 gene for lightening the melanin, for red skin, red and yellow undertones.
Okay, so you said D-Rug?
I can't see the whole.
Yeah, you know the one.
So my question was, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, so my question was, how does us being Native American benefit Black Americans? Like, how does that?
First of all, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Texas.
You're not from Texas.
What you mean?
What's your ethnicity, yo? You're not from Texas.
I'm Black American.
This is right.
Houston.
You from the south side or the north side? You from the south side or the north side?
Well, I'm really from Missouri City, but
okay.
I mean, that's like
you're an immigrant. Yeah, you're an immigrant. You already know.
No, I'm not.
You're an immigrant. You're from the south side. You're an immigrant. Yeah. You said the south side. So
you said Missouri City. Missouri City is pretty. It's mixed. It's mixed over there.
See, I already know he an immigrant. You said the south. He said the south side. You didn't even try to lie and say you was from the north side.
Bro, I'm not from the inner city of Houston. I'm from like the outskirts of Houston. I'm not from actually. You know what I mean? He know what I mean, but y'all don't know what I mean.
Say you feel me. You didn't say you feel me not once.
Bro, what? Bro,
that's you feel me not once.
That's stereotypical, bro. That's
stereotypical.
No, talking about. Yeah, you ain't say
Yeah,
none.
he ain't said
You
none
ain't
of
say
this.
none of that shit.
That's very stereotypical, bro.
Yeah, because you're not from
That
here,
ain't no
dude.
stereotypical. That's the lingo.
No, I'm
That's the
just saying,
lingo.
like, you believe every black person is supposed to speak like that? It's crazy.
Nah, yeah.
You from there?
Man, yeah. I can also speak, you know, just normally. I don't have to speak.
Well, yo,
Hey,
yo, you're a guy, yo, dude, you're an African. What? How do you know?
You are African and then stick with it. You know, y'all was all different tribes and confederations. Y'all wasn't even related. The Abyssinians wasn't related to the Libyans. The Egyptians wasn't related to the Igbos. The Yorubas wasn't related to the Pygmies. The Khoisans is not related to the
bro,
Makurians.
that's because
Y'all
they're
wasn't related.
diverse. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the
One,
point.
today,
Y'all not
everybody is
related.
colonized, everybody is conquered. So what do you mean?
Y'all
Like,
not
are they really
related. That's
supposed
the
to be
point.
connected? Are they really supposed to be genetically connected, even though there are different regions,
Bro,
ethnicities of people,
if
genetic
y'all all
makeups?
the same,
What are you
that's
talking
the
about?
point. That's the point. If y'all was all the same, y'all would have the same genetic makeup like other
We're
tribes,
not all the
like the
same.
Ungi,
We're not all the
like the
same.
Ungi,
Because
like the
one,
Khoisan. All the Khoisan,
I'm
like, the same.
I don't know. Okay, bro.
What shit?
All the
Name
pygmies go back
name
to the same.
Um, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what a
not a
repass
black
is?
American. You know what a
Wait,
repass
no,
is?
wait, because you're breaking up. Wait, he
Bro, you
said,
don't
what,
know what a
Hold
hey,
on.
repass
what? A repass?
One sec. Yeah, repass.
Oh,
You know what it is?
hell no.
Oh, brother, get this man
You
out of
can't
here.
be Black American if you don't know what that
Get
is.
this man-
Yeah, I don't know what that is, bro.
Oh, brother, you don't know what a repass is? Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
how does Indianness benefit us, but you don't even know what a repass is?
You know it. They five things you had a repass. He said, huh?
I don't know what a repass is. What the fuck you? So you ain't never been to a funeral, bro?
Or fume.
Always lying. They always lying. Yeah, oh God, you could tell he wasn't from here. Like, why are you playing with it? Yeah. How far they go to lie. Then he said the South Side. Stop telling our shit. Like, ain't nobody telling shit. I ain't say nothing. I asked him what a repass was. Well, I mean, not even asking what the repass was. What you eat. I didn't even say what we ate at a repass.
Yeah, I asked him, did he know what a repass was? And he couldn't answer.
And it shit, they said it's like, yeah, and we didn't really explicitly say what a repass is. Honestly, I miss Houston. Y'all good people. I ain't from Houston, but when he said the South Side, I already know it's a lot of immigrants in the South Side of Houston. So I was like, he said the South Side.
Yo, and you know why most immigrants will say the South Side? Because they
Why?
look at movies like The Barbershop and The Chi, and they always talk about South Side of Chicago, South Side of this, so they automatically assume we're all from the South Side. So
Right.
that's the thing they say because that's what they see in movies and TV.
Cartoons like Looney Tunes, they made a racist remark with one of those World War II
What's up, Kai?
cartoons where they were making a joke about I'm from South Germany, and he had a Southern black accent. So this is where they get.
Hey, what's up?
What's
What's
going
up,
on?
Miss Zach?
Yo, peace, y'all. Damn, I did it again, huh?
Oh, you accidentally
About to play
requested?
your stage by accident.
Yeah, you probably on the stage by accident. Yeah, I'll drop you.
Phone in my pocket. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's going on?
But y'all dropping.
So, what happened with this Native Americans calling us dogs? Because that's
So this was in CR. This started in CR's live, and then they made a live doubling down on it, something like that. Yeah.
Oh shit! Because
Yeah,
I know one of the words that they were calling us, like Radmilla Cody said that her own relatives called her Zinni. It was used in a derogatory way, like calling her a pig or something like that.
That's crazy. But yeah, they called us dogs. They called them dogs, and then they doubled down on it. Like Chris, he sent me the video with them calling us dogs and stuff. So
Oh, word! Somebody ought to send me that shit, because that's hate speech in a nutshell. Because they really don't like us giving them this work with all these receipts.
they fucked up. I'm gonna post that shit on Twitter. Native Americans calling black, hell yeah. Native Americans calling Black Americans dogs. All the dogs.
And speaking of recent stuff, this clown, and this proves some of these Negroes are agents, government agents, because you got some Black Americans that claim to be freedmen attached to the roles, like this enlightened one character that I came across. This guy literally admitted that he's a Cherokee freedman descendant, but going around calling Black Americans Weibos and defending these racist people, just like that Gullah Maroon clown. Yeah, so we got to deal with a contingent of these agents within the Black American indigenous ideological paradigm too, because they want to be the gatekeepers just because they got a Fed recognized ID card and refuse to help out their own like that. So that's some crazy work.
Well, hey, what's up, beautiful Journey?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Where you from?
It's me, it's Eden. Sorry. This is my creative account.
Oh, all right, cool.
But yeah, I heard Tyrone mention the Gullah Geechee. I'm quite surprised at them actually, because some of them are actually kind of going against like Black indigenous people too, and it's just like, are y'all okay? Like, what's going on?
This is facts, Journey. I came across some of these goofies online too, but we got footage of Queen Quet saying that she's indigenous American and that they're attached to Yamasee with Siku, and Siku and her did a photo op together at one of his powwows in Allendale. So it's crazy work how these people over here stunting and claiming, oh, we use the Gullah Geechee corridor, but on her own blog post, she confirms that Black Americans, Gullah Geechees, are American Indians. And she said out her own mouth that one of her relatives are Supalo. So it's crazy work how these goofies want to hold on to like different 7 regions and cultures in Africa without any verification of it. And Lorenzo Dow
I find it disgusting because with Native Americans specifically, I have observed that they actually engage in a lot of racism. And my biggest question is because okay, if you take away all of the research that y'all do every day and the paperwork that you show, the genealogy, all of it, and if we take that away and just observe the behavior of these people, how are you, an indigenous person, and actively engaging in racism? How are you sitting here saying that, oh, we're the original people and we're connected to God and we're connected to nature and we're spiritual and we're this and that, but y'all are literally some of the most racist MFers I have ever seen. And also like very disrespectful too. It's just they don't act like original people. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a certain amount of decorum that you should have if you're over here claiming that you are connected to, all of this spiritual stuff.
Right.
Like, it's disgusting.
And
Like,
I
I
call.
hate it. God, like,
So you want to you want to yeah, let me submit that to the BIA since you want to call them up. Yeah, the Doug, they call us Doug, yeah.
oh my God.
What's up, Frenchie? What's up, Jay Bird?
What's up? What does that mean?
What, Doug's?
Yeah.
It's DOG. It's up there,
Oh,
Doug.
I see.
Literally say the word because TikTok censorship,
No, that's actually how I say the word. DOG. Doug. This ain't this how we say it in Baltimore. Doug. DOG is Doug. So here.
And my whole thing is, how are these Native Americans supposed to be the original people, but they're
Oh,
literal
you from
people?
PG, Wavy? My bad. You from PG? Oh, you champ. Oh, you champ for that. Kid. Well, you champ, man. On Marvel Slim. But yeah, go ahead. You got it.
But yeah, but how are they gonna claim that they're the originals and the first people when
Oh
their
yeah, you said that.
phenotype is new to this to this world? Like they're like we're the ones who were here first. Whether you believe in like the out of Africa theory or the out of America theory. And that's the other thing. That's like I observe Black Americans engaging in the whole like, oh yeah, like we don't agree with the Black people that are saying they are indigenous. And I'm just like, dude, like, yo, whether you believe in the out of Africa theory or in the out of America theory, the Black indigenous story literally
What's up,
works
disciple?
and is accurate. Like I feel like Black people that like go out of their way to like talk against Black indigenous people and the idea that Black people were here first, I feel like they are like ultimately insecure, because it's like, you mean to tell me that you're willing to believe that some Vikings from Europe had the ability to circumnavigate and do whatever they wanted to do, but for some odd reason you don't think that Black people are able to go where they want to go and do what they want to do before they did, even though they needed us to do all of that, right? Like it's just, it's cringy. I have to block people when they do stuff like that because it's just
That help the YT people come up
right.
and they're just embodying their ancestors' spirit. That's why us.
Wow.
So I actually remember you guys told me, like, I think this was like last week, that you can put in your raw DNA file into sequencing.com. I did that, and when I did that, the highest connection I had was to Canadian ancestry, like in indigenous remains found in Canada. But there was a lot of remains found in America, Europe, Melanesia, and then the least place where my remains were remains are found that I was related to was East Africa, and I had 2 remains found in the Canary Islands and 1 found in South Africa, and then 2 also found in like I think it was Zambia, but it was somewhere next to Kenya. So altogether in Africa, I found like 5 ancient remains that I was related to. In America, there was over, I think, 14.
Wait a
In
minute. Did they
Melanesia,
give
there was
King Ramses the
16.
third, brother?
Can I finish what I was saying real quick?
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I wanted to ask this question right quick. Did they give you King Ramses the third as well?
I don't think so.
I got that.
Let me see. There was one Egyptian, but I don't know. But there was so the highest remains were European that it related me to, which was weird. But the most connection that I had was to America. And then the second highest after America and Europe, like in quantity wise, was Melanesia, and the last was Africa. And Europe, I also am including like places like because there's like Sweden, but then there's also Iran, which I consider Europeans. You know what I mean? But then I have like Argentina, Canada. Then I have like USA, but it says like USA ancient Beringian. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm gonna look for that Egyptian. I know that there was literally just one Egyptian specifically, but yeah, the highest it was Canada, Big Bar. The instance it says it's 19651.sg. The date that it was found was 5,742 to 5,596 BCE. It says CAL. I don't think that was in California because it says Canada, but sure. I have two of those. Like one of them says Asinic SG and one of them says Asinic realigned.sg. And I also show a high affinity in relation to him as well.
Yeah, boy. Nice.
What was that?
No, I was yawning. My bad.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, what you guys said was right because like I have a lot of Vanuatu, and then I have one remains found in the North Sentinel Islands. It says in India, but then look right here, literally, Brazil, Peru, USA, Peru. Like that was all just in one line. And then it goes to like Europe. There's like Russia, which I honestly, when it says things like Russia and the Czech Republic and like those Northern Europeans, I kind of take into consideration that they automatically say that Native Americans have Western Eurasian and Eastern Eurasian origins. So when I see these kind of agents, because I had also like Chinese in there as well, Chinese, Russian could be a part of that ancient Beringia kind of thing that they're talking about. But it just shows like right here it says it doesn't really give it doesn't give me an exact name. It just says Beringia, but like for here it says like for example the name is like it says Vanuatu-110 BP and then 11200 BP. And then it has it listed FUT 007, FUT 006, FUT 002, FUT 001. So I'm assuming that these are multiple remains found in the same site. And these remains are from 720 to 970 CE around this whole time period. So they're all, the range is like 760 to 980, 710 to 950, 680 to 880. So it's like these remains are all kind of found, I guess, in the same region around the same time period, or they might even be like kind of related to each other because there's literally like a one of them is the biggest distance is 100-year distance. And then hold on, I'm trying to find that Egyptian, but there's like even here there's more Peru. There's another whole like 4 Peruvians, and we still have yet to find one African. Then it's
of is this skeletal remains like bodies?
Yeah, this is in
What's up, Sam?
Turkey.
That's crazy.
And here's the thing is from Tanzania. That's the first one so far. We're already on like page 4 because I'm looking for that Egyptian. There was literally one Egyptian, but yeah, you guys get the point. When I find that Egyptian, I'll tell you guys though. That's pretty much it.
What's up, Rey Mysterio, Niji?
But do you not? Oh, but do you not understand like the Egyptian one? Like Ramses, what he said, the other guy earlier, he just said like the E1B1A haplogroup. That's like an West African haplogroup, by the way. Just letting you know, because Ramses he had a E1B1A haplogroup that originated through the Green Sahara, and that's how it accumulated. So if you do have that,
Philippian, hold on, because that's not a quote unquote sub-Saharan West African marker. It's just.
I mean, it is. I mean, what are you talking about? He is a Black African haplogroup. What are you talking about?
It overlaps with Europeans and also East African Egyptians and stuff. So I don't know why you class it as West African when them people don't even come from or originate in West Africa. They say that.
But do you not know why though? Humans originated in not West Africa. I mean Africa, and it also dispersed all the way to Western Europe and even East Africa. Like I said, the Green Sahara, Tuareg and Amazigh and even Chadian people. Like it was a mixture of ethnicities, and they also spread it throughout to Africa. So that's what.
Oof, brother. Yeah. How do we even get to DNA talk?
Okay, here's the
Tyrone said and shit. Go ahead.
This is the Egypt that I have. It's literally one. It says Egypt dash late dash period Abu Sur el Malek, Egypt 664 to 333 BCE. That's the only Egyptian that I have.
Mm.
And then there's it's the Kennewick man right here. USA Kennewick man, WA Washington, Kennewick Columbia River USA, 7,250 to 6,390 BCE.
Decentralized apps.
So it's funny because you guys they claim that they're all closely related to these people. I have a high affinity or a relation to these people that they're claiming. And even when there was that guy, his name was like the only good Indian on social media. I don't know what happened to his account because he was a racist. You know, he was banging the Kennewick man so hard, and he was banging the Asnik man so hard. But then I have a higher relation because I took a screenshot of his DNA test, and he showed even more European than I did, and his relation to the Asnik man and the Kennewick man was very low. Mine is pretty well. To the Kennewick man, mine's about the same, but to the Asnik man, that was like number 4, and then the first one was another Canadian.
Now, if you don't mind if I ask you, hey Bert, what test did you use for that?
That was off of sequencing.com, where they just claim to they claim that you upload your file of your raw DNA, and then they're comparing it to ancient remains. So they're showing your relation to these ancient remains found. Off of their DNA test, that's what I'm seeing.
Ancient remains, bro. Related to a Caucasoid, and you most likely are a Negroid. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
Well, the first people of Europe were of African origin. So there's articles that talk about that, and that's why some Europeans will have low percentages of West African, because they literally came from West Africa and were the first people of Europe. You see what I'm saying? But then also the story of America says that according to the same scientists, that they came from a Western Eurasian and Asian origin, meaning that they came from Europe and East Asia, maybe even South Asia. And then what we know is that they also came from different places in the world, not just Asia to America. Some people even have come from Africa within recent times before colonization even started. And they were traders, and they had a culture that was amalgamated into or absorbed into the Native American culture. So
I mean, I agree. Like, okay, black people have been everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I agree. Like, even Asia, East Asia. But like, I'm saying, like, to a degree, like, it shows, like, genetic evidence shows that like these Native Americans, like Cherokee, they came from East Asia migrations. Like,
do you
in
know that the
Australia
Africans that they compare?
migration. So I'm
Do you know
confused.
that the Africans that they compare African Americans to originated in Asia? So, for example, the E haplogroup that comes from DE. DE comes from D, literally split from DE. D0 is also still found in East Africa as well. It's called D like D-0 or D_0 or D or just D0 actually. That haplogroup is a ancient relation to the Asiatic origin of these East Africans that migrated back from Asia and then moved north and then east, something and then west. So the E1B1A and E1B1B are sister or brother haplogroups, however you want to interpret it. But they E1B1B diverged slightly after E1B1A did, but they both come from E1B1, which comes from E, which comes from DE, which shows a genetic relation because the most prominent haplogroup found in Asia is D. You see what I'm saying? So D0 is still found in East Africa as well. And it shows just an ancient genetic relation to Asiatic populations. So the population that they say our DNA is similar to originates in Asia or like comes from it originally anyways. So the
Okay,
only
so
people that they can relate us to that are African are actually Asian. And there's not even a high relation there.
okay, so I can agree to you to an extent, but like African Americans being like close, not what you said, closely related to East Asians. So could these be basal East Asians or just
I didn't say
like what
East
we?
Asians, I just said Asia in general.
So basal Asians, that's what you're trying to say. We're closely related to basal Asians.
I don't
Who
know
is
what you
we?
mean by
You're
basal
not
Asian.
us. You're not us, sir. We
What
already
do you
established
mean?
that. We
I
already,
don't
we
know
already,
what you mean by
hold
basal.
on, hold on, yeah, we already established that you're not from America, dude.
Dude, what are you talking
Who
about,
is
bro?
we?
You do
Who
not
is
know
we?
me.
You
You do not
don't
know
know.
me in real
Name
life.
five.
You do not know me here, bro. I do
Name
not
five.
know you.
Name
I'm Black
five.
American.
Name
So
five things that you eat at a repast, sir. Name five things that you eat at a repast.
you do not know me,
Name five things you eat at a repast.
bro. I'm
Bruh.
Black American, bro.
No, you're not. You're
Tim Brown
Nigerian, sir.
says
Like, stop lying, dude. You're Nigerian. Like,
Tim Gru Brown literally
go lie. Go a lot of people that don't. Go a lot of
You're
people
just
that
labeling,
that.
bro.
Yeah, you're Nigerian. Go a lot of people that don't know your ass or something.
I
Like,
wanted to address
He
Tim Gru
literally
Brown real
gave
quick.
hints that he's African.
Hey, I got a question for Tyrone also.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when you asked about the Pharaoh Ramses III, what about that? Because it shows on my ancestry.
It shows that shit too on my ancestry and 23andMe, and also another guy that I know, Real Rap. He took in the DNA test and then also put his Y chromosome to King Ramses III. So that's some crazy work, and how like Skip Gates gaslit Black Americans about saying, oh, they want to be Egyptians and all this shit. Then how we get these markers in us?
Right.
how you going? People saying that they. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
But yeah, no, I was just saying. People saying that they can't even name food at a repast. Yeah.
I didn't know what he meant by basal Asians, but Tom Screw keeps on saying that Eurasians migrated into Africa and not vice versa. You can literally look up two articles. One of them is talking about the haplogroup V-88, which is related to R1B1. It's literally a branch of R1B1. And then you can also look up A1, or I'm sorry, it's called the Africans in Yorkshire, which literally talks about how Africans were the first people of Europe. They were the first indigenous populations to ever move and migrate to Europe and become part of the indigenous inhabitants there. So when he sits there and says, oh, look up Khoisan Eurasian admixture, he's literally referring to a time period where there was a lot of the same thing that was going on in America. And they were actually bringing in people from these other places to also work in these mines. So it doesn't really prove anything, Tom Cruise. I don't know why he would even like laugh and say stuff like that, but he just looks ignorant. And then the guy wants to sit here and say like, oh, Aboriginals, Melanesians, Polynesians, etc., all Asians. I can literally put up my camera and show you what I have in my thing. Hold on.
No, stop being childish.
Look, Chile, Hungary. This is the one Egyptian, USA. But if we go back to the beginning, look, one South Africa, Greece, South Africa, Argentina, Great Britain. Like, and then I was literally talking about how I had look, oh, remember I said I had one Japan also. This is the Japan.
Interesting. Notice he's sourcing up.
This is literally what they told me to do. They said putting your DNA on Map My Genes Archaeology Edition. And
let me see that title, bro.
Yeah, sequencing.com.
Yeah, sequencing.com. And then this is an app that you can get. It's a Map My Genes Archaeology Edition. And then you can, hold on, let me go back to where I was talking about the Vanuatu, and because all this part looks like European. Serbia, oh look, Belize, it's all peppered throughout my entire thing. Spain, Netherlands, Bulgaria, Serbia. Hold on. Because this is I'm pretty far back. Okay, look, Vanuatu. That's Poland, Hungary, Ukraine, Vanuatu. Hold on. I said there was at least, look, Vanuatu. That's all on one page, but this is still not even the earliest that it was found. Belize, Croatia, Spain, Great Britain. Hold on. If I go back even farther, there's a lot more. I'm on page 16 out of 30 because I was going to look for the Egyptian, but that wasn't even. Let me just go back to the earlier pages. Hold on. Spain, France, and these are just locations in which they're saying that there's bones that I'm related to. Look, Peru, Germany, Sweden, Canary Islands. There's 3 actually. I thought there was 2, but there was 3.
Egyptians are not sub-Saharan.
Damn.
Obviously. What the hell is sub-Saharan? What's up,
These are
Tiffany?
just all the remains and where they're finding it. A lot of them are from Russia. Okay, here, let's go back to
They
one.
basically saying you Conan the Barbarian up in this piece.
Yeah, but I mean, they could say I don't have. They actually on my other DNA tests, they kind of they are adamant that I don't have Neanderthal ancestry at all.
This nigga looked that shit up. Bro.
Look, Great Andaman Islands, India. This is the Jarawa. These are Melanesians as well. That was one of the first ones. This is on my first page. And remember, the first one that I had any relation to was this guy right here. Canada, Big Bar.
He didn't even name 5 things. He looked the shit up.
Canada. You see, this is my first relation right here. Then there's USA, Great Britain, Chile, Argentina. Like it goes all the way down.
I don't know nobody.
Got time for a quick question.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to ask it to me, you had to come on TikTok. If you want to ask it to me directly, like so I can hear it, but you can. Just
Oh shit.
I never
He
seen
didn't.
candied yams or pasta salad at a repast.
Me neither.
Hell no.
Yeah, but
No,
they say that
there's-
I'm
oh yeah,
heavily-
you can type it. Oh, you can type it then, Tiffany. You can type it to me. He
Like I
said, "Who are you?"
Hush bean.
This man started twice and couldn't answer what you had to repass both times he was on the goddamn stage. And now all of a sudden in the comments, you know what you had to repass. Like, come on, dude.
Google that shit for real, bro.
Yeah, let me type this shit on Google. What do you eat at a repass?
I just wanted to show
I
that
ain't
though.
never seen Meatloaf at no repass.
That's
Fuck no.
Who the hell got the time to make
Yo,
a
he
meatloaf
definitely.
for the repass? That's potluck. That ain't even the same thing.
Right. Like yams. Who got time to be peeling all those yams
potatoes
and trying to candy them for a doggone repass?
This know like a motherfucker.
Yo, he definitely like, yo, I typed that shit in Google. His answers was definitely on fucking Google, yo.
Damn.
Everything from Thanksgiving.
He thought he could perpetuate being us. Like, come on now.
Then what do you eat at a funeral? He put in what you eat at a funeral. Nigga, he said the fucking repast, yo.
He said he typed in what you eat at
was
black
after
people
the
funeral.
recast. Oh my.
Like, who the fuck?
And them YT people just lied to you, bruh.
I'm about to step down, but I just wanted to put that up there for like food for thought. Like I think that a lot of that it's like all up for speculation, like all the remains that they're linking you to or whatever. But I just think that it's interesting, and two, like I do plan on going on a live and then like actually like marking out every single one and putting them into different categories and what populations are allegedly supposed to have supported the founding of the Americas, what years that they're found, and like how much each country or each region or each continent I'm found on. You know what I mean? So, but I'm about to step down though.
That's interesting, Jay Bird. Before you go, why do many of these Native Americans try to use the Anzac Boy and the Kennewick Man and Naya Skull and all that to say, "Oh, I'm indigenous, I'm from here," but they don't have no samples pertaining to the U.S.
They don't have any samples that actually link them back to those people. Like these over-the-counter DNA tests, like they're not doing what this archaeological edition is. This is my genes.
We lost.
Did you cut out, bro?
Yeah, it just stopped. You there, Jay Bird?
Oh, sorry, my battery is about to die. I was saying that they're not being compared to, if they're going based off of just a regular over-the-counter DNA test, they're not being compared to ancient remains. They're being compared to modern day populations. So unless they're doing something where it's like actually, like for example, like this, where it's like sequencing them and trying to relate them to ancient remains, and that's who they're being claimed to be related to, that's the only way. Now, I did say before that I have Canadian, like my ancestry is Mohawk and also Choctaw. So a lot of this Beringia is from the Mohawk side, and a lot of the South American, where it says like Chile and stuff like that, would probably come from the the southeast of the United States, because I have no relatives that come from South America.
Also, did you check the quote unquote African diaspora thing and said like the specific Black American communities that are like tied to those indigenous groups that were put through chattel slavery? Did you look that up?
No, but this is not real. This has not really to do with that specifically. These are just ancient remains that they found that it's comparing your DNA to.
So you didn't take like the 23andMe or the?
I did take a MyHeritage test.
Oh, MyHeritage. So MyHeritage
and CRI Genetics.
I don't think MyHeritage offers the autosomal thing. I think they do the Y and the mtDNA stuff.
But I also took CRI Genetics, which I think also covers that as well. But my groupings, I had to reach out to them, and I think I've read this on live before. I had to reach out to them and ask them like, hey, why is it that you guys have different, tribes that you guys are allegedly relating people to, but mine, it just says African American and African Caribbean. And then they gave me this whole spiel about how it's easy to assume that, this is literally what they said word for word. They said it's easy to assume that African Caribbeans come from Africa based off of history that is taught, but that's not always the answer. That's not always the actual clear. I don't know why I'm trying to remember it, because it happened so long ago. I could just put it up on a screenshot. I have it screenshot still what they said, but they're essentially saying that it's not accurate to assume that all African Caribbeans come from Africa. That's essentially what they were saying. Here we go.
The way you saying it is kind of oxymoronic, because you saying African Caribbeans and still saying they're not African.
Here, if you put me on the big screen real quick. So it's look, it says African Caribbeans make up the population majority of the Caribbean islands. It might be easy to assume that African Caribbean ancestry is West African ancestry. However, this is an inaccurate assessment of the origin of the African Caribbean people.
It's all of that to say that they not the people that's trying to say they are. See how it double speaks?
Yeah.
You got to train that system. If that is,
Well, it's not. This is
that's
a this is an
person
actual
that said that?
person. Yeah, it's a person from customer service because I'm reaching out asking them like, hey, you know, why didn't you guys relate me to a specific group? Like I was bringing up Yoruba or Isan in Nigeria, things like that, because they also have Luya in Kenya. Like these are different groups that they can allegedly relate you to, even though it's not real. They can't relate you to specific indigenous groups. But I asked them why they couldn't do that.
Hold you.
I'm
said
sorry,
what?
my dog is barking in the background.
I was just saying I was asking them specifically why they couldn't relate me to a specific indigenous African group, even though I knew that's not possible. I told them, I said, you guys can allegedly trace people to specific African groups or indigenous groups. Why are you guys telling me mine is African American and African Caribbean? And that's their answer. So if that answers the question, but that's why I wanted to ask them, because it's like they literally will sit there and tell you that they can relate you to a specific tribe, but they couldn't do that for mine. So
Oh shit, Olympian showing his true colors.
I wouldn't be ashamed of being African. I just showed that I had remains that were linked to people in the Canary Islands, in South Africa, and in East Africa as well. Like if you were just here when I went down my entire ancient remains thing, I would not be ashamed of being African, but most of my ancestry is American indigenous. And then it also says European. I'd be more ashamed of being all this European, but I just showed how much it shows, you know what I mean? So I mean, people just say anything. And I'm not European. I have one European ancestor that is my great-great-grandfather on my mom's side. Everybody else is Black in my entire family tree. Even on my dad's side, he has no European ancestry at all, according to the over-the-counter DNA test that we both took. And that would suggest that initially when mine said, because you know how your DNA uploads and changes, it initially said that my DNA, I was 22% European. That would have meant that my mom was at least half European if my dad has none. And that would mean that either both of her parents were half European or that one of her parents was fully European on average. I mean, it gets inherited slightly differently, but if I show you pictures of all of her parents and their grandparents and stuff like that, it's quite clear there's only one line that I have that actually is, Caucasian or from Europe, like not even from Europe, the people that we identify as Europeans today. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I would be more ashamed of having that in my ancestry than African, but I'm not really ashamed of anything because it just goes to show what makes me up. And I'm not going to sit here and disrespect my Black indigenous ancestors by saying that they have African origin when they're not. That's the whole reason of my page. Because I never cared if I was African or not, but when my great grandmother passed away and I did her genealogy and I found out what I found out, I felt like it was, something that I should be respectful towards, especially because she straight up told me when I was younger that she was Choctaw, and I didn't really believe her because I was younger and I already knew like my perception of Native Americans was like these Asian looking people. So when I found out her family history after she passed away, I felt kind of more idiotic or more moronic than anything. And I felt like it was kind of something that I should share about. It's not really that deep.
That's facts. Oh God, bro. It's the same thing with me. But with my tests, they threw out there like 68% African, but it's also unspecified, and that's what the algorithm told me when I put it in the ChatGPT, is that they're crediting a lot of these indigenous markers from the Southeast over to like West African ethnic groups, or just clumping it as African diaspora or unspecified, or they're putting it up into Asian markers. So
Yeah. It's weird though, because my over-the-counter DNA test literally says that I have no Melanesian ancestry at all, but that was the third biggest group of people that I was related to. I have more Melanesian.
Specified like a lot of your stuff.
What happened?
Did it say like unspecified and unassigned?
No, on my heritage, it says that I'm predominantly northeastern, southeastern United States Nigerian, but it's not related to Nigerians in Nigeria. They say that it is a subcategory that is like genetically diverged due to, you know, the trade or whatever. However, the divergence is
Because with
very
my heritage, they're not like the United States based DNA companies like 23andMe and Ancestry. My heritage DNA company specializes and is Jewish owned. So
yeah.
they'll
But also, if you look, they tell you in their disclaimer that they compare you to modern day people based off of their genetic database who are testing in these other countries, and you can actually go on their website and you can click on every single country and you can see two things. You can see what is the most common ethnicity being found in that region, or where that specific DNA is found the most. So for example, like if you want to look at Nigeria, where is that DNA being found the most? You can look at the countries in which that DNA is being found the most. If you want to look at what's it called, a European one, you can look at in Europe, what are the most common, you know, in that country specifically, what are the most common ethnicities found, or you could look at where that specific country's DNA is found the most. And if you look at the ones in any of the any of the West African countries, even some of the East African countries, when you look at what common ethnicities are being found the most there, it is never ever enough testing for them to ever say. So it's like, who are they comparing us to? There's not even enough testing to show what is the most common ethnicities found in that region. And what I've noticed, like for example, one of my coworkers, he's half Nigerian and half African American. His father took the same DNA test. There's no relation to it. It'll literally tell you like, okay, this guy is from this specific region. It says this guy is predominantly like Isan or something like that, especially if it's a high percentage. But most Nigerians carry DNA from all these other West African countries. It's not highly concentrated, just one thing. So for them to sit there and say that African Americans are such a high amount of Nigerian, but Nigerians don't even carry that much of that quote unquote Nigerian DNA, it's kind of fishy. You see what I'm saying? Because how is it that these people, they're to make a Nigerian, you need all these different West African countries. On average, that's what a Nigerian is. And those people have been there for the last thousands and thousands of years to create that demographic. But African Americans are more Nigerian than Nigerians. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's crazy work, because DNA tests should also work backwards as well, because it should point actual indigenous Africans overseas to the quote unquote African diaspora that they're saying that we're related to those people. But
Let me see if I could do it live real quick. I'm gonna pull up myheritage.com and we're gonna look at all the countries.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. But you want to know why it can't do it in reverse, like point Africans over there in the continent to the quote unquote African diaspora? Because those alleged Africans, when they throw at you a large percentage of West African DNA, that means that that's a person that's way back into the algorithm, way back into your genome, where these people wouldn't even be considered direct relatives. These are people that's from like the how do I say this? Because the small percentage of the American Indian genetics that they give you, that's like recent relatives that's in the third or sixth generation. This alleged African would be on one of your branches like the Y or mtDNA, which that goes unchanged for thousands of years, right? Because you got to go through a bottleneck mutation in order to become something else and lose that quote unquote African marker, right? And so the reason why they can't connect West Africans to us with that the diaspora thing is because even if that African was there, it would be so far back into like one of your ancestors' genetic gene pool that wouldn't be considered your actual direct relative. But what counts is like the people that's been in the recent 8 generations and within the 20th century that a commercial over-the-counter test can take you through. Well, you got it, Bird.
So look, this is all the countries in which I'm related to, right? As you can see, there's only South Africa, and then I have one Kenyan relative as well. Oh, right here, Kenyan,
It's not showing anything.
Right here. So that's Kenyan, South Africa, but I'll go to the numbers in a second. But so these are all the people that I'm related to and what countries that they live in and stuff like that. West Africa is completely blank. No country in West Africa. And you can also look right here, USA, United Kingdom, New Zealand. These are modern day populations in which I'm related to: Ireland, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Denmark, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Mexico. Here, these are 3 South African relatives, and then the Kenyan relative that I have is 1. So that's 1 more than I used to have. It used to be 2 and then 1. So if you look right here, Joanne Lucy McMaster. There's a picture of this guy, Gavin Windus. This is one of my quote unquote relatives, Colleen Wibberley. So these people are actually, it usually shows, I mean, these are all low confidence, but it usually shows like when you click on them, let's see, a review DNA match right here. It will show the ancestral surnames that we have in relation, and ancestral places would be USA or Irwin from Zimbabwe's or South Africa, and Ireland, Irwin. So those are just the places where she comes from. Now remember, she is probably, based off of this, not an African person. She is probably European. And you can see right here, her ancestral places are Ireland, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. And then you can see, you know, the cousins that she's related to, or the segments or whatever that might trace us back. So a lot of the people that I'm related to that are actually, well, the 4 people that I'm related to that are actually living in Africa are not African at all. They're just Europeans that came in. Sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm looking at probably. They're just Europeans that came in, and then they are, what's it called? You know, living in Africa. But look, look right here, when you look at my genetic grouping, hold on, let me see how I can click on it. See full estimate.
So we can see.
Oh, am I close enough? Okay, so look, it says southern and northeastern USA. It's a grouping of Nigerian. You can also click, hold on. I don't remember how I did this before. Okay, here, top places that it's found is Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Texas, South Carolina, Virginia. But you can also look the most common ethnicities and this and that. Hold on, I want to see, because there was a way I was able to do this on my phone. I just don't remember how to do it on the computer. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to go to the place where you could literally see the common ethnicities found in each specific country, if that makes sense. Okay, let's expand all.
While he's doing that, has anybody tried to book a trip to Africa by boat?
No.
Try to do it and see what happens.
But yeah, I'm about to I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to hop on. Oh yeah, hold on.
To Africa.
For sure. I'm about to